Also been looking at this meat eating story, so it's been recommended that people reduce their meat intake by 20% a week to save the planet. Either of you interested in doing that?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean, we were hoping you might bring in a couple of bacon butties, actually.
Yeah.
I'm starving.
Oh no, so I live a cruelty-free existence unless you ask the people in my team. Or people have to watch me on TV. So I've been vegetarian for a very, very long time.
How long?
15 years.
And why?
Because of the cruelty to the animals. I didn't think about it from a climate change perspective, but I've become more aware about, by us mowing down.
And what about the argument that says, nature is red in tooth and claw, and actually go out there into wildlife, and animals don't consider it cruelty because they're not. I know they're meant to be sentient now according to the law, but
they are.
But they're really sentient when they're being, hunted down by another animal.
But they aren't mowing down the rainforest, are they, to grow kind of mega?
That wasn't why you became a vegetarian. You became a vegetarian because you didn't know the idea of animal cruelty, and I'm making the point to you that animals are really quite cruel to each other. That's just the nature thing.
But because they have another way of survival, whereas we have so many alternatives, I would recommend you all have a Linda McCartney sausage every once in a while. It's really quite delightful.
Well, people have been having meat-free Fridays in this country for about 1,500 years. It was called fasting. It was what you did for Lent. It was what you did on a Friday.
Yeah.
It's not new.
No, it's not new. I mean, we've polled the great GBNews viewership. 85% of them agree with both of you. They will not be reducing their meat intake. 5% said that they would, and the remaining 10% said they already had.
I think the more you tell people to do it, the less they'll be inclined to do it, as is always the way with any time the government says to do it.
You're both actually quite obviously contrarians, aren't you? You'd quite like to push back on what's.
I'm going to carry on eating pork belly and
given the look.
slabs of pork on a weekly basis.
We're going to be talking to somebody from the National Farmers Union. I mean, there is a contrary point. I know your point was about not eating meat because of cruelty to animals. The raging debate actually is the environmental footprint thing. And actually, I'm not sure this view is articulated enough. And I include my own children who are making sort of Becker Hudson style noises on meat right now. And I'm saying to them, and we've got farmer friends, and I say, look, actually, do you want your cheap meat coming 12,000 miles from Australia on a ship? No, you don't. And nor do you want the plant-based stuff coming from Vietnam or wherever. What you want is to recognise the fact that 65% of our land in this country is apt for grazing, and it's a really efficient way of transferring calories from grass into animals that you then consume. And as long as it's grass-fed cows and sheep, then it's fine. It's actually quite green.
Yeah.
And the grass fixes the carbon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to I don't want there to be a kind of vegan dogma where none of us are allowed to enjoy meat. But it's like you say, it's kind of cheap meat being kind of, flown in from across the world. Yeah. And also, but that kind of, proper premium meat needs to be affordable for everyone.
Yeah, not everybody can afford.
We're all right, aren't we? We're all quite well paid.
Yeah, but for other people who want to have, want to enjoy meat in their diet, they can't be priced out of, of that grass-fed, local slow food and all that stuff. So, I mean, I would agree. There is a sort of class element to all of this as well, isn't it? It's very lucky to be cruel.